Jagger, Swagger Jagger.
That'll do.
That's how we're opening with episode 20 with Kiya singing. So obviously the wife ain't here and the boy ain't here. I've got Kiya and I've got her partner and wrestling sensation, Mr. Jack Knudsen.
Hello.
How'd you like that, wrestling sensation?
I don't feel like a wrestling sensation, but I'll take it.
So, a little bit of a different format again because I haven't got the boy here to support and go all ADHD and autism on me. So
I don't know. There's a lot of autism and ADHD in this
I
room
can
right
do some.
now.
I'll do some heavy lifting. You spent the last however many days with me. There was a conversation we had in the car yesterday.
Yeah, I felt a little bullied on that.
That just went west. We went to every different point you could get to.
Yeah, it wasn't just west.
I just
it was
think
all
how
the way
it
around.
got from you talking about Iron's match, and then suddenly you're on about coleslaw.
Yeah.
How did them two link together?
Within seconds.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No.
But we had fun talking about coleslaw.
Crazy.
Fucking love coleslaw.
I can't stand it.
So I have got some sort of format, but we will probably just, again, go around every direction under the sun before getting to the final point of where we need to be. But I'd like to start this with just tell us a little bit about yourselves. So you've both obviously got different stories, both involved in wrestling. Give us your perspectives and on wrestling and how you got into it, and a little bit about yourselves that you're happy to give away that doesn't necessarily mean wrestling. So a little bit about your personal lives.
Oh, you can go first. Yours is
Oh,
more
you let me-
interesting
yeah.
than mine.
This is way
Everyone
better.
knows
Every
mine.
time I've done a podcast like with someone else, it's always over Zoom. It's
Yeah.
always me and Benjamin Harland. And we have the big pause of any question gets asked. We both go. And you're just waiting for who's going. I've kind of always been into wrestling. I remember watching. My granddad showed me like World of Sport when I was super young, and he used to tell me that he walked out with Saint, which he definitely didn't. But it was like a cool granddad story. That was like cool dad lore to tell me that. And then I felt like Monday Night Raw, and I'd show him that, and he thought it was all rubbish because it was so set in like the 70s way. And then it wasn't really until I got a DVD of WrestleMania 22 that I watched to death and ruined the CD of how much I watched it. That I really got into the wrestling, and then that'd be like when I was waking up early, like hours before school, so I could watch SmackDown like the day after. And like begged my mum to get Sky, and we eventually got Sky, so I could watch some of the wrestling. But like before that, was when TNA was on Challenge.
Yeah.
So you'd have like Supermarket Sweep. I'd catch the back end of that, and then I'd get to watch TNA, and then after that was the Wrestle Talk.
Yeah.
Like the TV show that they had, which was really cool. And then that's when I'd start to get introduced to like more independent people. But it wasn't really till I think I was like 13, maybe 12 or 13, and I don't know why, but I was a rather thick kid. I'm not the brightest of adults, but I was really dense as a kid. I couldn't really figure out how to like. I don't think I could figure out how to search on YouTube, so I'd just kind of play the algorithm and I'd just hope whatever came up was relevant to like the next thing. So I'd just always be on like my homepage and stuff. And then eventually I think I realised you could search and looked up like wrestling and then wrestling documentaries, and I found the Fergal Devitt one they did on him. I don't think that might have been the BBC. But then
It was BBC or Channel 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And then the ICW ones that they did, the two, they were BBC, but someone had just ripped them and put them straight on YouTube. Watched both of them, found British wrestling through that, found like Attack Pro Wrestling and like Progress and places like that, and then watching loads of that was sort of the catalyst to me getting into the wrestling, from seeing that there was a scene in this country. I went to a show really local to me that had Liam Slater on when I was like, maybe that was just as I started training, so maybe I was 14 by then. Found a school in Derby, and then found a school in Stoke, and found another school in Stoke. But yeah, it's kind of always been around, but I think when you're a kid, I remember Googling in like IT class in school when we were supposed to be making scratch games or something, and finding that like there was a school miles away, and I was like 10, and I was like, oh, I'll just get 7 trains and 2 buses. And my mum was like, no, you won't. But then, yeah, finally, after enough convincing, I got my dad to drive me to Derby every week. When I was 14, and that sort of started it all from there. But yeah, it's always been around. and I've always been a fan of wrestling. I can't remember it not being a part of my life, but like, yeah, from finding that British wrestling existed, I think when I was a kid, I sort of thought I'd just magic myself over to America when I was 18 and become the next British Bulldog, which hasn't happened.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people have the same dream, but it's as we spoke about over the weekend, it's the journey that's actually really interesting, isn't it? Like, and you hear that from people who have been all the way to WWE and left, and the journey of, rather than the final destination, is always the coolest stories.
Yeah, and I think you can get so hepped up on where you're going that you don't enjoy anything you've done. And I'm definitely guilty of like not enjoying stuff at the moment, or taking a sec to like look out and chill and just enjoy where I am, because you're always thinking about what you've got next. But yeah, I think it's like a year after you watch stuff and you go, oh wow, that was really cool. Like we've spoken about lots of hating your own stuff and picking apart little bits. It's almost everything's got too good now, and we're getting footage really quick. Whereas when I first started, it'd take like 6 months to get footage, and you'd go, oh well, that was me 6 months ago, I'm way better now. Whereas now you get instant feedback on, oh, this was wrong.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it lots, but you just beat yourself up so much on, why was my foot like this? Why did I breathe like that? Why did I make that noise? Like you're your own worst enemy, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm dead bad for it. You know, when you get like show pictures back, and photographers work hard, I'm not going to say that, but some of them, they could be way better timed, because it's always when I'm pulling like the ugliest photos ever. And like there's been constant ones where I'm like, I'm just there, and you can tell like I don't know what's happening next. I'll be there and I'm like, God. And then there's some where I'm, like, you've got a lot where you're caught like breathing out as well, and like you're just there like
yeah, I'm a big breather out. I find that it's like you just never you have to settle for something. Whenever I get pictures of me, I might be like, oh, one of my legs looks fine, but I don't like how my eye is. And you like anything I post on Instagram, I chalk up of like I have to like 7 things, but I will hate 15 things. But there's
it's one of those things, the gap between your knee pad and your kick pad.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, don't get that anymore. But that was my biggest strife of wrestling for years, was kick pads falling down. And just nobody told me about football socks, apparently. And then I used to wear one of those shoulder supports, just because I did hurt my shoulder, but I saw Chris Brooks wear one, and I was like, oh, I'll just be Chris Brooks. Because I just ripped from everyone. But I had a proper, and me and you would try and think of every fix. It proper annoyed me that I'd always have a gap between that and my arm sleeve. So we tried everything. I'd like cut socks up and have them in between. I tried to like stitch stuff to it.
You had like a tight at one point, didn't
you? Yeah,
you?
like one black tie that would go all the way up my arm, and just nothing fixed it. So now I don't wear either of those things. Cause
there was a time where it was just, you'd send the pictures to me, I photoshopped them.
Yeah, it was the kick pad one. I've got
Yeah.
it's I have KD, surfboard, and it was a really cool picture of the surfboard. It wasn't even fully on. It was just like I was stood over him with the legs hooked. But yeah, it really upset me, and I wouldn't post it if my kick pad was down.
Yeah, sent me. He was like, "Oh, Photoshop it." I was like, "It's fine. It's a fine picture. Like things happen. Like my gear looks messy in most of my pictures." And he was like, "Oh no, it just needs Photoshopping. It needs to be like this."
I've spun on that a bit. Oh, I've just spat. You're gonna have to
lovely.
keep on your camera for that. I've also messed up the continuity by taking my jumper off. But I've kind of span on that now, and me and Benjamin Holland debate it. I really like after a match of like loads of things. Like he would love to look the same at the end as he does going in, but I really like undoing my tape, and I've got like this long bit of like, and it looks like you've been through a battle. And
I'm a fan of
hates that. Yeah, I think that looks really cool at the end of the match. But then if I see a picture of me with one wrist taped and a naked wrist, I won't post it because I think I'll look ridiculous.
See, I used to say this about the girls. I don't know if you remember. Like, if you come back out with your makeup perfectly intact and your hair absolutely pristine, to me, you've not had a wrestling match.
Yeah.
But
my hair is never the same, like as when I went out to when I came back. It's my fringe will be all over the place. I'll have curtains. If I've put it in a bobble, it'll go from like a nice, quite neat high pony, and then suddenly there's no bobble in my hair. The ref's holding my bobble because it fell out during something, and I'm just there, sweaty mess. The underside of my hair is all wet from like sweat because I get dead sweaty dead quick. It's horrible.
That's how I time my haircuts, because this is all pretend. This is a very bad hairline. My hair, when I sweat, will pull to the middle like Mick McManus, and I'll have a really sharp V. But if it's too long, if I like duck something, this like clump of hair that's come together will go up and flick me in the eye. That's how I know I've waited too long to get a haircut.
That's far too thought about for me. Really far too thought about.
But we were watching some old stuff pre-lockdown. I just didn't know what a barber's was. I had so much hair. I just had this massive,
long and thick. Like my hair's pretty thick, but it was just you had more hair than head.
Yeah. I look like I was wearing a crash helmet.
Like the guy from the Ibiza King, is it they're calling him?
Yeah. It probably saved me a couple
boss.
of times having that much hair. So I was landing on my head a lot.
At least you had a good concussion test. We can get into that later.
A famously good concussion test.
And what about your story?
I feel like everyone knows my story by now. Like, who would be bothered? But so obviously there's you, and like you land on your head and play silly buggers, and then the school happened, and then I decided it would be smart to also land on my head a bit, and then at first it was like a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? And then
I think the more I said that I didn't want you doing it, the more you wanted to do it.
The more I got told no, the more I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to do it then, aren't I? Like, you can't tell me not. It's like when you tell someone not to press a button.
Yeah.
You're going to press the button. But, yeah, I had a much less glamorous view on wrestling. Like, you know, whenever you're like, I watched Attack, I watched Progress, and it was all good wrestlers. I was watching working men's clubs in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I thought I'd
smelt of cigarettes.
I thought I'd walk into like Tough Enough, and I thought it'd be like the first place I'd train would be the Glitz and Glam. But I suppose you would have already.
No.
You wouldn't have been walking into a training school expecting the PC.
Walk in, smells of deep heat, cigarettes.
Oh, there was that one place that stank of cannabis because in one of the changing rooms
oh my God,
that was always closed was actually a cannabis farm.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hot dogs that weren't pork. It was definitely like rat and horse.
Bit of pigeon.
That one place that sold pot noodles as if they were like £1 sweets or 10p sweets, whatever you call them. Definitely found that. But yeah, and then that happened. Just kept getting told no, and then I went, well, I'm going to do it, and then it just happened, really.
Yeah.
It kind of happened.
And on the summer season, you'd get Zach
summer.
or Roy or Julia to just teach you something when
summer
my back was
season,
turned.
be like 13, pulling up all these random people that they don't think I even barely knew any of them, to be fair. I just pull them up, be like, show me something then.
Yeah.
Show me something. As if, like, I don't know, it's going to make or break my career that I didn't have at this point. I was like, oh, show me something. And then, like, you'd come back from, like, the toilet or something, and I'd be stood on the top going, Dad, watch this.
Yeah, I can do a Frankensteiner look.
Yeah.
Who's taught her a Frankensteiner?
Oh, Dad, come watch. I can land on my head now. Dead good. I'm like, alright, who's taught Kiya to land on her head? And, yeah, carried on landing on my head.
Yeah.
Many concussions deep now. But so you learn.
So what about away from wrestling a little bit that you're happy to tell people about?
Well, there isn't much, and I'm quite thankful that there isn't much. But I've been very lucky to move everything as much as I can into the wrestling stock. Like we spent 3 days together, and like it's not like, oh God, don't I love wrestling loads? Like I don't ever feel the need to prove to people that I enjoy wrestling. I think everyone, especially who does wrestling on like a smaller level, you have to enjoy it. I don't think people would keep showing up, because for all the good that there is, there's obviously the downsides of it as well. But yeah, I don't consume anything else. I don't really do anything else. We were talking, I've been trying to like watch different art and watch different media and like try and watch films more and try and listen to different things and listen to different music, because I'm completely still now just wrapped up in wrestling. If I get free time, I would rather be watching wrestling than doing anything else. But I think it can, like, I think you just become a one-dimensional person almost. All of my references I know are from wrestling. All the stuff I can talk about with other people, and then I find myself like at my regular job trying to conversate with other humans, and I'm like, oh well, unless you want to talk about Edge versus Foley from 22, I've got nothing for you.
Like
so like
when we watched Iron Man the other day.
Yeah, we're watching Iron Man, and I'm like, just trying to enjoy a film, and I'm really trying to like sit and watch films and do a thing, which like isn't good for you either, to just sit and watch films. But it's far better than like TikTok brain that I feel like I've definitely got, and everyone's attention span is getting worse and worse, and I'm really trying to combat it, that I'm not just sat scrolling and like consuming different media and stuff like I said. But we were watching Iron Man, and it was like a week before, or like a couple of days before a match that I was quite excited for, and we're like in the crescendo of the film. It's all built to this third act, and there's this big moment happening, and I've got in my notes, and I've gone, oh, Tony Stark slap. And I didn't see that Kiya had clocked me dead excited, pick up my phone and start typing. And she just goes, what? And I went, oh, wow. Whilst we've been watching this, I've been thinking, isn't it cool that Tony Stark in the first act has got character flaws that then, even though by the end of the film, he's a good guy through it all, but he doesn't realise that, like, spoilers for a very old film if no one's seen it, but all of his weapons...
It's about time you had seen it, innit, really?
Yeah.
That all these weapons are going to, like, people who shouldn't be using them, and they can be used for bad, and he's seen all this stuff, but then his character still stays the same, and he's not perfect in the end. It's not like he has some big turnaround, and he's still like a flawed character who like still is like doing things that he shouldn't be doing, but he is a superhero. And I thought that's cool for if you could put something like that in a match, where I don't think you should just be a perfect representation of a person. Like, you can have flaws as a good guy or as a bad guy when you're wrestling, and like it's something I think we spoke about the other day.
Yeah.
Like, good guys can stamp on people's toes and could probably I saw a thing this morning, I can't remember who it was, where a good guy spat at a bad guy because the bad guy tried to spit at him, and you go, oh well, that's just, I think you can do anything within reason. But yeah, instead of just sitting and enjoying a film, I was going, oh, this would be cool for wrestling. But it's like that's almost my version of TikTok brain, where I've fried my brain into a point of everything I try and, how's this like wrestling? How is this song like wrestling? How is this movie got a 3-act structure? What do we learn about Iron Man? What do you learn in Cars 1? What do you learn in Cars 3? Like, why is Lightning McQueen so cocky at the start? And
Yeah,
then
you were talking to Ian about it. You were like, oh yeah, Cars, what was it? I can't
Cars,
remember the exact one.
Cars 3. Cars 3
is a great wrestling match.
Yeah, Cars 3 is the wrestling.
No, it's not. It's
film.
a film about cars. Oh, Cars 2, awful wrestling match. Yep, that's because it's a film about cars.
Well, imagine Cars but Cars 3 is just the wrestler. It's the same film as Mickey Rourke's a wrestler. He's just too old for his job.
It's been said quite a bit on here though that we should take more media for inspiration for wrestling.
Yeah.
Because if you just watch wrestling, you just rinse and repeat it.
Yeah, you just do wrestling.
And I know, like, you can rinse and repeat through other media forms, but you can take ideas from music, from film, from theatre, from musicals, and you can, if you can figure out how, you can place it into wrestling and create differences. And with the flaws thing, I think if you're trying to connect with an audience, especially in like the shows we do and holiday parks, you're connecting with people on a different level who aren't always just about wrestling.
Yeah.
So like there's some audiences that are wrestling, and there's some that are just want to take their kids out for a day. So if you can connect with them and show that everybody's flawed, we're telling stories.
Yeah.
You know, my perception of family orientated wrestling shows is a bad guy can win, a bad guy can cheat, a bad guy can do all of these things. But at the end of the day, you're showing a kid you can get away with these things. You know, you do naughty at school, you can get away with it occasionally, but eventually you'll get caught and the good guy will win.
Yeah.
And that's the way I sort of see storytelling in wrestling, as the bare basics. But the more you can take from other things that they can associate with, the easier the story is to tell.
Yeah.
I call England, clearly.
So,
Yeah, I think you can get so stuck in the wrestling way of doing wrestling, and I'm absolutely guilty of it. Because again, if it's all you consume and all you watch, it's all you know, so you just do what you know. But like, yeah, the more different things you can take from, I suppose it makes you more interesting. There's definitely like far more interesting wrestlers than me, and it's because they've taken things from a different aspect of their life or through a different media that makes their wrestling better. Because we were talking about it earlier. There's gonna be loads of this because we spent so much time together this week. But like, unfortunately, if you just really like the wrestling, which is the only bit I've ever enjoyed is the wrestling bit. I'm not crazy about any of the other aspects, and I try to be, because the more I get better at other things, the more I get to do the 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is that I like, which is the wrestling. But again, that was a big lesson that I had to learn, that you can't just, I can't, some people can just be a wrestler because they're exceptional at it. But if I want to do the wrestling, I have to do all the other things. So you have to be good at multiple things.
It's another way of outworking somebody, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like, some people criticise that it's not a real thing. Wrestling's completely fake, but you are competition to other people. So you are competing to outwork somebody, you know. And as much as before the injury, I'd say in here, it's their job to take me off the show. I'm just as replaceable as anybody else.
Yeah.
Take me off the show, get better, and prove that, you know, I'm too old for it now. Like, so the competition's real, you know, and the more you can put chips in your bet, the more likely you are to get over different places.
Yeah,
you know, you can do the same few tricks at one place and it keeps working. But if you want to open other doors, it's finding them other ways of getting into them doors. And like you say, other media's a way of doing it.
Yeah.
So, what about yourself away from wrestling then, seeing as he's all wrestling?
He's like, away from wrestling, he's dead boring. There's nothing away from wrestling. Me, oh my god, it don't stop. So,
Lots.
so much. So I just graduated from uni, which was fun. I did forensics, so that was a lot of dead
Smartest
bodies.
in the family.
Yeah, especially on like this side of the family, because there is some brainy people on like mum's side, but
There's some brainy people on our side. It's just not me.
I don't know. Kieran maybe, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
Hey, Opa and Nandi, they were both.
Yeah, but I think I've got him. So, like, it's not hard to be in the smart bunch of my family, but I'm in the smart bunch. So, did that. To be fair, that took up like 99% of my days, so that's probably it. Now I'm just a graduate with no job to do with my degree, and I'm getting paid £20 at a weekend to go, come on, Skipsy. That's right. But no, to be fair, like, I feel like I am quite busy away from wrestling, just because I like to keep myself busy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't like just sitting around all day, and like, I can't sit around and watch a film, just sit around and watch wrestling as much as I should.
But you've always been like that.
But
You've always been wanting to do something.
I have to keep myself busy, otherwise I will sit at home and I'll be dead depressed, and I'll be like, well, what's the point in anything then?
You used to be able to sit down and watch movies, but by the end of it, you'd be
like
shaking to get out the house.
We were sat watching, like, what were we watching, like film or TikTok or something, and then I went, I want to go see the cows. So we walked to go see the cows.
That was an egregious walk to the cows.
Yeah.
An egregious walk.
But we got to see
She
the cows.
did inform me about it.
It was ridiculous, and then I paid £9 for a milkshake.
Yeah, we got a milkshake, we got ice cream, we got a brownie.
The blondie.
Oh, it was a blondie.
Unbelievable. It wasn't quite worth the 4-hour walk that we did.
It wasn't 4 hours. It was like a 30.
He's literally said what you say he said.
It was a 30-minute walk.
Yeah, but I've told it every time I tell this story, it gets longer. And I had to wear regular shoes, and I hate not being in Crocs. It's like when I had to wear a suit for your graduation the other day. I do everything to be able to spend my whole life in shorts, or my trunks, and then back into shorts. Hate having to wear proper grown-up clothes.
It was great. Then we saw the cows. It was lovely. There was some sheep there.
We weren't allowed to go and see the cows though.
No, we could just look at them from a distance.
Yeah, you had to like.
That's a bit shit.
Yeah, they had signs up, and it was like, this is a working farm, so you can't.
Oh, in case you pass diseases on or something.
Yeah, maybe. But they were lovely. There was one with like a little love heart on his head. It was the most stunning little cow ever. It was probably a big cow, but in my head I could hold him here and cuddle him. And
to be fair, the farm around the corner where we used to take you for ice cream when you were really little, if you remember, you could always stroke the cows.
Yeah.
And the goats.
And then the
woke
sheep.
Nonsense. You can't see the cows anymore. World's gone bad.
There was the sheep there, but there was a kid in there, like at this little table area, before, and I think this kid scared off the sheep.
Ah.
So like we went over and we were like, oh my god, sheep. And he wanted nothing to do with us because he'd had enough of this kid, bless him. But...
And again, this has been something forever. So when
Yeah.
my mum used to have a photo studio, was on a farm. So if ever we were going there, we go see the animals. Yes,
I
yes,
love
we can go see the animals.
Especially pigs.
Yeah.
Pigs are my favourite animal in the entire world. Unless dinosaurs were still around, then it'd be a stegosaurus.
There we go.
And then a pig. And then a triceratops.
We're really loading for your Wikipedia here. This is important stuff to jot
Yeah.
down. People
Ankylosaurus,
will need
great
this.
dinosaur. I think it's like one of the only dinosaurs, if not the only dinosaur, that has like doesn't have any evidence of like a T-Rex biting into him.
Oh. T-Rex are related to chickens. I know that
Yeah.
much. That's about as good as my Jurassic Park knowledge goes.
I love dinosaurs. I watched the new Jurassic Park. That was good.
I haven't seen any of them.
No, I'm not seeing even like the proper, like the first one.
It amazes me how little films you've consumed.
Yeah.
But like,
This is going to lead to a point in a bit as well.
Yeah, I feel like you've watched all the, like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
Them
but
kinda
that's 'cause when I was
bro
16,
films.
yeah, it's the bro film to watch.
Yeah,
I,
whereas like,
anyone whose favourite film is Wolf of Wall Street, I instantly get,
yeah,
I don't know.
I
It's
fell
just
asleep
such a
in it.
tap-in answer. It's like, there is nothing wrong with chocolate ice cream. It is great, but if it's your favourite, do you know what I mean? Your favourite cereal, cornflakes. Like, it's just such 1D favourite
Yeah.
film, Wolf of Wall Street.
Whereas like, you've not seen like The Mummy or like Con Air.
No.
Or
I refuse to watch Con Air on personal reasons.
any expansion on personal reasons.
I can't
No.
give personal reasons. Honestly. Kayfabe won't allow. We need to get, like,
The
Con Air reasons.
Matrix.
No,
No, you
all the
did
Matrix
say-
Reloaded.
You did say you would watch The Matrix though.
Just seems like a commitment. What's the other
It
one?
makes you really
Inception?
paranoid, like The
Yeah.
Truman Show. But here's a
I love
little
The Truman
ADHD thing that has to come out because it's been said. Do you know why cornflakes were invented?
Go on.
Stop masturbation.
Oh, right.
Yep.
How's that gone? Is there a number on that?
I don't eat cornflakes, just in case. Sorry. Yeah, it was a whole
Lovely.
thing. It was a whole thing by Kellogg. They were from one of these religious things, and the plainer
right.
the food, the less horny you got, so you wouldn't sleep around or pull
Maybe
one off.
you
or...
should start eating
Maybe I
cornflakes.
should have me call. Was
Me?
No, I was just looking at you because you gave me a thing,
Oh, right.
so I was giving you
Was
a
there-
thing.
again? I'm just knowing wrestling. I know there was a smoking one, but it might be AI. But I'm certain there was one of like Bret Hart being like, "Champions don't masturbate." Is that?
No, I think that was an actual
I'm
thing.
sure I've seen that.
There
on
was
Twitter.
something like that.
Because
yeah.
there's the no smoking one with the Rockers, where it starts and Janetti's got like 8 cigarettes in his mouth, and they're like, "We
There
like to party,
was.
but we don't smoke." But I'm sure there was a masturbation.
There was
one
a
as
whole
well.
thing where they did no drugs, no alcohol, no masturbating, weren't there? Yeah. Yeah, and then the Attitude Era came along and fucked it all up.
Yeah, but that was like probably during the like late 80s, early 90s, where they
Yeah.
were all doing far worse things.
Yeah,
than
oh
all of
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Wrestling, eh?
I love wrestling.
So back to the context of our normal formula, kind of. So traveling at weekends or during the week, especially during the summer, eating's very difficult on the road. So most people pick up the Tesco meal deal. And I know you love a Tesco meal deal.
Oh, I love a Tesco meal deal. I
so-
love my Tesco meal deal.
So that's where we're going. What is your Tesco meal deal? So with this being your speciality, I never even realised there was Tesco meal deals until you informed me about these
Yeah.
things. So I'm going to let you go first. What is your Tesco meal deal?
So, I like my Tesco meal deal to be very specific. If they don't have, like, it's mainly my main that I'm very specific about. The rest of them, I kind of mix and match. But if I go into a Tesco and they don't have the premium meal deal stuff, I'm not a Tory, but I like it. I do love the premium meal deal, and it's like a pesto and mozzarella pasta or something like that. Oh my god, it's so good. I don't care if I'm paying £5 with my club card. Give me that meal deal, right? So I have that. And when I was at uni, because I'd get this as like have my first lecture, get my meal deal go back for another lecture or like labs or whatever. So I'd get that. I kind of hacked the system a bit. I got that. I got some sort of like savoury snack.
Oh, piss.
Is that not recording?
That one ain't recording.
Has it not been on at all?
It's picking up all the sound, so this is just a sound-only podcast this week.
Oh, great.
Except for your camera.
No.
Well, you can't just be however long we've been just
Let's
a
just
shot
have
on
your
me.
camera.
No, because I've been doing weird stuff whilst I've thought it's been on your camera. I took my fleece off and I made a right meal of it and I was hoping, well, it'll be on that one anyway. So, you can't...
I'll put drawings up, it's fine. I'll put our drawings up and then your camera.
And you'll have to like South Park it, where it's just your
And
head
then-
disconnects from your mouth.
And with this, I'll have our camera on, look. I'll put an advert in, and magically...
This week's episode of the Lad and Dad podcast is sponsored by Muscle Juice. Scan the QR code and type in FFW10 for your 10% discount. They are suppliers of energy drinks, flapjacks, protein mousse and all sorts of other wonderful supplements.
Well, that was a different way of doing things, but we're here. So, back to your meal deal. After a weird advert in the middle of your meal deal.
Yeah, midway through.
It's just building suspense for my meal deal.
For
So-
whatever your hack was, this hack better be.
It's not a hack, it's just me spending even more money.
Ah, my favourite hack.
But like, I
Hack
like...
is normally saving money.
No, not with me. So I like to get my premium main of my pesto salad. And then I like to get, with my meal deal, I get like a savoury snack. Because like they tend to be more expensive, sorry. It's like I'll get some crisps or carrots and hummus. Or sometimes fruit. Because in my head, because that's not chocolate, that's savoury.
Okay.
Right.
Do you get where I'm going?
Yeah. It's not. Fruit is definitely sweet. But
No,
yeah.
but like it's like not a sweet treat.
It's not a dirty treat.
Yeah, it's not a sweet treat. It's like a yummy. And then my drink, I will either get a Monster, the pink strawberry one, or I will get a smoothie because they're good. And then sometimes I'm a bit boring. I just get an orange juice.
Not the Costa.
No, because they don't
Can you do
have
that?
Yeah, you can get like a regular Costa,
In just a regular meal deal or your posh meal deal?
a regular meal deal.
But-
No.
If you hear Kieran's,
Yeah,
that you shouldn't do this because it's technically theft, but a large fits into a regular.
it does.
Oh,
But I tried it once, it backfired, and cappuccino
Covered
was
in coffee.
everywhere. Like, literally everywhere.
Was going to do it, at the Costa machine near yours.
yeah.
But then, like, I did, like, I pussied out a bit. I did just the regular. And I was like, well, how does the large fit? Because the regular goes up
It's
to
all
the
the way
top.
to the top.
But then, it wasn't, like, this week. I think it was, like, last week when I was at yours. Maybe. I got your pistachio one. And that didn't go all the way to the top. So maybe like a large could fit in there. But I'm not sure.
We'll have to see.
And I'm too scared to try it because we go in that shop a lot.
Yeah, that's
What
not
if there's a
like.
camera there?
Yeah, that's
There
not
probably
like
is.
that's not a nothing shop. That is like it's so close to my house that it's just like an
It's-
extension in my fridge.
It could literally be
As long as it's
closing.
before 10, I just consider everything he has in stock as what I've got at home.
Yeah.
I'll go
It
grab
could
a
be
pepperoni.
5 minutes before closing. I would be like, shoes on, we've got to go.
Before the fridge shuts.
Yeah. It's so lovely in there as
Oh,
well.
it's just great people.
God.
Don't even know what
Love
it's
it.
called.
No.
Can't even shout out. Not that they care.
No. Got a corner shop with the post things outside. 2 post things outside.
That'll do it. They'll be
Yep,
flying
that
now.
shop. Everyone will know what you mean.
They'll be flying. Business.
Just
through the
gave
roof.
away your address, basically.
Basically.
Yeah, you don't want to do that with some of the weird wrestling
What if I
fans.
just
out there.
whisper your address into this microphone?
Oh, yeah, you have. And you have.
It's alright, I can mute things. I've learned how to do that. Only recently.
I'd piss myself if you hadn't learned how to mute things or like cut.
Oh god, if I hadn't cut things, we'd definitely cancel.
Yeah, you wouldn't have made. What is this, episode 21?
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
20. Where you wouldn't.
We'd have been cancelled after
You would have
one.
made 2.
2 would have been. Who was on number 2? Oh, Becca. She wouldn't have made it.
Rest in peace.
So what about your meal deal then?
Oh, I didn't get to my hat.
How did you not?
Oh.
No.
Oh,
So I get my
sorry.
drink and then I buy myself a bag of buttons. That's what I consider a meal deal.
And that's the hack.
That's my hack. I spend extra
money. Do you
money.
buy that separately though? Because once
Yes.
that goes, I was going to say once that goes through, they put the most expensive thing.
Sometimes I either get my bag of buttons, and a bag of buttons isn't part of the meal deal, or I pay for my meal deal with my savoury snack or my fruit, and then I get a little 70p chocolate bar. And
which buttons though? That's the important thing. Because there's several different flavours and
milk.
several different sizes.
Dark milk.
Big family bag that's definitely not for the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genuinely, how many nights do I eat?
Yeah,
I
you
just
love
sit
it.
there
You
and
love a set of buttons.
Eat them.
Set of buttons and a bottle of orange juice, and you're
I'm
happy
happy.
as happy can be.
Sugar levels are insane.
Or them noodles. I don't even know what flavour.
Go Summit.
Go Summit. They're orange. They're nice. They've definitely not got any nutritional
Poor
value.
people listening to this, where we just give like half the idea of what things are. Orange noodle somewhere, find them.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this works. It literally goes from, well, as we said earlier, all over the place. There's no strict A to B. We end up in numbers before we get to B. So, right. So your meal deal now. We've learnt the hack that isn't really a hack.
Well, I got in loads of trouble for mine. I got loads of stick for it, and it wasn't even my meal deal. You don't really use Twitter, do you?
No.
Or X, but I tweeted, and it's all Ricky Regan's fault, really, and Doris's fault. None of this is my fault, but
So these are two people I haven't drawn yet. So the more people we name, the more I have to draw. We keep the names down.
This is,
Flash Morgan Webster.
I think I've drawn him.
have you?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ricky
Sable.
Regan took me for a co-op meal. Was it a co-op? Yeah, maybe a co-op meal deal. It was a meal deal that I
That's
hadn't
co-op.
had
I
before.
remember.
And they had the goo cheesecake pots individual.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's really good. I got that and a monster, like a white monster, and something else, just like a regular wrap or a sandwich or something. But that is not my go-to meal deal. I'd never even been. So I put it on my story, and I just got abused. So Doris was giving me so much stick for it that it started a British wrestling meal deal poll.
Best of the meal deals.
Yeah, best of the meal deals on Twitter. And I was being ranked on a meal deal that isn't even my go-to meal deal. And I lost to Ricky Knight Jr., who had like this lovely fancy meal deal that looked great, and which isn't fair, because it's not a fair contest.
I did vote against you on that.
But it's definitely cost
Because-
18 quid. And mine was a meal deal that I was just putting on my story to go, I can't believe I just got a goo
And, like,
cheesecake
I was
and a meal deal.
I remember looking, and I was like, I'm going to vote for this other one. And you were like, no, but think of which one
I was
would
texting
actually
my
get.
mates in
you
group
would
chats.
get.
I was going, I can't lose this. It became like the biggest thing of my day. I was driving somewhere sweating because I thought I was gonna, and I did lose, but I was gutted because I didn't feel like I was being measured on my best. But my actual meal
For
deal.
meal
Didn't you
deal.
actually say to Doris, like, just use my actual meal deal, please?
Yeah,
I'll send you my
I
actual
just
meal
wanted
deal.
I just wanted another chance. I'd just been like thrown to the wolves, and then I was getting stick at shows for like 2 weeks from like workers and fans would be like, I can't believe that's what you get. But my actual meal deal, which isn't great either, I wouldn't have won best of the meal deals. But I get the chicken Caesar wrap. If they have one of those greys, like the 3 gimmicks, either the peanut butter or the cocoa one, or some crisps and a monster, which I will go for is like the most plain meal deal. It's just a tap-in meal deal. But I would rather.
It's not ham and cheese, water, and salt and vinegar, is it?
Yeah, which I think maybe
Seriously?
Maverick. Maybe I'm just gonna name.
I've drawn
more
him. That's
people.
fine.
Maybe it's Maverick Mayhew, or it might be Joe Lando that gets something like that. 'Cause I remember.
You're going to have fun drawing these
So
people.
I'm not going to draw everybody.
I think they were in
I
the.
think you...
Only the ones who are mentioned every now and then I draw.
I think they were
I'll
in
keep
the.
mentioning these people.
Keep mentioning Sable.
Yeah.
But I think they were in I think someone had one like that in the best of the meal deals. But yeah, I would have rather been judged on my
Can you
actual
remember who
plain
won
boring
that?
one. Maybe Simon Miller. Doris might have won it because he
No, I
set
don't think
it up.
Doris
so
did.
I wouldn't be shocked if Des
But
won his own thing.
I remember, because it was like such a weirdly big thing on Twitter.
It really mattered
Like,
to me.
whoever won, there was like a big like post about
Yeah,
winning.
yeah, it really
I was
mattered.
like,
I
wow.
could have really done with that.
When's best of the meal deals too? Because I will send in my meal
I don't
deal.
know, but I don't want it. And,
I
and you will send yours with
I
a
will
hack
send him-
of buy buttons.
I'll tell you who won't win, and that's Rogan. If you watch back his episode, he won't win.
What is he?
Is it bad?
Is it awful?
No, he just doesn't want the healthy stuff. He just wants sugar and sugar.
That's fair enough.
Nice.
I'd do that.
Can of Monster and a chocolate bar, I think it was, if I remember right. But yeah, he was like, I'm not winning no contest on that.
Have you seen this strawberry sandwich? I don't know if that was a...
Oh,
Yeah.
the one at M&S. Every time
It's
I go
essentially
in, it's
a cake.
sold out.
Looks vile.
Yeah.
It's sold out every time I go.
And I think, was it Aldi or Lidl brought out their own version?
Yeah, and it's like
probably.
a sweet bread.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything worse.
What's that milk bread? Like the Japanese milk bread.
Oh, that's dead like bouncy.
Yeah, I think I'd have it on that. I've never had that.
I wouldn't have it.
It looks nice.
Not a clue. But on the Co-op, on their meal deal, I learnt this recently because I used to just buy them. They do 2 boiled eggs and their honey mustard dip. Incredible.
That's a wrestler answer.
Yeah.
Can't stand hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, I love it.
I wish I liked them,
can't.
but
I love them. They lead to a really funny story that aren't appropriate for this. And it's not about sticking them up my arse before anybody makes that comment. Your McDonald's meal of choice, because once it hits 10 o'clock, there's nowhere to eat on the road, and
Yeah.
normally we're travelling around after 10, so we'll go with you first this
which
time.
is egregious. That
Which of his meals?
places aren't open till
Awful.
11. It proper upset. It's just because you always just miss it.
Yeah.
Like
And I told you this the other day when we went to one service. It was me and Chase. What's his
Chase
name?
Alcohol?
It was Chase. Yeah, that one. I was about to call him Chase Martini.
formerly Chase Martini.
Formerly Chase Martini.
You have to draw both.
Draw both gimmicks. But yeah, we were driving back from a show, and the only place open in this services was Costa, and it was like middle of the night. We were quite nearly home, so we weren't going to get a coffee, and we ended up with like cheese and ham toast. I didn't have a cheese and ham toast. I had a
like a
cheese
Costa.
toasty. Yeah, but I proper want, like, because I've gotten so used to, like, in my head, like, wrestle, Mackey's, wrestle, Mackey's, because that's just how it is, because nothing else is open. Get there, wrestle, cheese toasty. It was the most disappointed I've ever been in my life. Ever.
Were you as disappointed as that time Kieran got McDonald's after a show, and it was just 2 really sad bits of chicken?
Well, at least
the
he's
wrap?
getting a McDonald's, you know. I was getting a cheese toasty, and it was a really sad cheese toasty because it was, like, wet and just not a good toasty.
Oh.
Horrible. Never again. I've never had a toasty from there since.
I'm not surprised.
I think the ideal is to be on Strenchem good side,
Ooh.
not when you're going to like Wales, is my only reference point for it. But if you're on the way back, that is Strenchem good side, which is my favourite services. It's not the best services, but I love Strenchem. And then the Mackey's in there. At the minute, I've been getting the big arch, but that's just a phase. Usually after, especially if it's Strenchem good side, I've like me and Benjamin Holland have hopefully had a cool tag match. So I will usually do a medium Big Mac meal. I'll pay the extra whatever for a Coke, because I'd rather have the full fat 12p Coke. And then that £5 meal that they're doing at the minute, I get that as well.
I don't know what that is.
So you get a cheeseburger or a mayo chicken. I always get the cheeseburger. Chips.
Nuggets?
Yeah, chips. And it's like 4 nuggets and a sauce for a $5. So I'll get that as well.
You went through a phase of getting a burger and a wrap.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them.
If the wrap of the day, I found that usually, it used to be, I don't know if it's still the case, but the sweet chili wrap was on a Wednesday. So if I was going to training, I'd get a sweet chili wrap on the way. But no, I don't ever remember the wrap of the day. Tell you what isn't good, the katsu one. I think katsu
I
and
thought
cucumber
you'd like that one.
goes to... I really like
tried
katsu.
that.
What do you think?
After we'd been with you guys, actually. We just wanted a coffee. It was like, by the time we get home, it's going to be too late to eat.
Yeah.
Really hungry. I said, just order me something. I just don't want fries. I don't want anything too like heavy, like a Big Mac or anything like that. Just get me something snacky, like a wrap or something. And she went, I'll get you that to try. I thought it was quite nice. Oh no, was it fajita flavoured actually?
Oh, the new fajita one's lovely.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't try the
great.
katsu one in the end.
All this new stuff, getting behind it. The apple Sprite, great bit of kit. I haven't had the other Sprite, but they've done
Plain.
it. Plain? No, I've had plain. Had plain
Just
Sprite.
Sprite.
But there's another one There's an apple one and there's like a mango or something. I've not tried the
Oh,
mango.
I think
Tom
Beck
McCall's
tried
putting
that,
it over,
actually.
so
I could get behind mango if that's the case.
yeah, could be good. However, Tom McCall, not known for having good takes.
Tom McCall, draw Tom McCall.
You don't want to draw Tom McCall.
I have to draw Doris because I think he's been mentioned several times, so that's definitely one I have to.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else.
Everyone's got a Doris story.
I've got lists of people. Could get into a cease and desist for that one. So, what's yours?
Oh, my Mackies.
Yep.
So, I like to get to the Mackies, and most of the time, like not most of the time, but when we've been together, I go, you know what I like, and leave him to order my meal. McPlant.
No
What's my
sandwich
changes?
sauce. No tomatoes. Bash.
And
Sometimes I'll go up and ask for extra pickles.
Yeah.
If I'm
I love
if
the
I'm not feeling
pickles.
shy, but I can like
Can't you do that on the machines?
no, don't let you add.
You can add like an extra patty and extra everything else, but extra pickles, no.
But like, it has to be a very special day for me to go up and ask for pickles.
Yeah.
Like, we've
I
had.
pray he's had a good match.
Yeah,
He'll
it's like
go up and go, give me all the pickles.
I'll wrestle in front of people in my pants happily. I'm sweating like a lizard right now. Like, all we've done is talk shite all week, but now that
Now there's a camera
now
on.
I've got to talk shite, sweating, and I've just said nothing. I've just been saying shit for an hour.
I used to get. Is it appropriate? Don't care. I used to get really high and just go and get pickles from McDonald's. They used to put it in the old McFlurry plastic cups, just full of pickles.
Yeah, so when I get my extra pickles, sometimes they just give you like an extra like 2 or 3 on your burger. Sometimes when they're like,
They think they're being funny.
no, I was about to say when they've clearly had a good night the day before, but like when they've been you can get like a chicken nugget box full of them, or you can get a McFlurry thing full of them. It's so good.
I do like their pickles, to be fair.
We used
I'm
to
not a
do that
pickles
after
man.
college.
Not a
Doing
Mackey's
college.
pickles, man.
I love them.
I like a proper.
Yeah, I used
Proper
to think
pickle.
you didn't like
Yeah.
pickles,
Yeah.
and then we
But then
actually got pickles in.
I had a real pickle. Derek's in Liverpool. I told you about Derek's, the place that does the big sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, American style sandwiches, unreal. I think they've got 3 shops in Liverpool now.
Oh, they have all the dill pickle.
Yeah, and they do pickles
Yeah.
Sweet
with
ones and
tahini on. Oh, stunning. Big,
So,
Was it Pud who gave me?
yeah, big
tahini
Patrick
one?
Quinlan,
Yeah.
big pickles man.
Big pickles.
He
man.
introduced
Me,
us to
oh, the
him,
ones in the bags.
yeah,
Yeah.
introduced us to Derek's as well. I didn't know Derek's until
me, him,
until
and
Pud.
Christy send each other pickle stuff all the time. We all love him.
We've got one guy, I'm not going to name him because of kayfabe, because he's quite a protected character, but he goes home and his mum makes pickles and he brings us every now and then a jar of pickles when he comes home. Incredible. And my dad's done it over the years. I don't know if you remember. I love pickled eggs. So he
Do you get them every year for Christmas?
every Christmas I get pickled eggs, but then him and his partner make different pickles and every now
That
and
sounds
then.
like something from the war. That does.
What,
What
pickled
do
eggs?
you have for Christmas? Pickled eggs.
It started as a joke. It started as a joke when I was like 16, and the jokes never ended. But it's not a joke 'cause I fucking love him. I absolutely fucking love him. I could smash through. You know the ones that you see in chip shops.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I get. Smash through them. The only thing is, it makes you a little poorly on the inside. So
I love my extra pickles. If he's had a really good match, a really good day, I get a McDonald's brownie as well. That's like a special treat.
Yeah, I never go for a McDonald's sweet treat.
I like the
But
brownie.
you like a brownie.
I like the brownie. I don't mind the cookies. The cookies are hit or miss.
There are no KFC cookies. KFC
you
I've
sound
had
just like my
KFC
brother with that.
cookie.
KFC do absolutely different gravy.
I've never had it. And then the McFlurries sometimes are nice, though. It depends what McFlurry is, because I like when the McFlurry's got sauce on. But
I like the Malteser one.
I don't mind it, but I like stuff going on my McFlurry, not just like a couple of sprinkles of topping.
I didn't know they were supposed to smash it up.
Are
And
they?
I don't think I've ever had a
Yeah, yeah.
McFlurry that's been
There
smashed
used to
up.
be a machine.
Yeah, where they put the
Oh.
spoon, and that's why the spoons had the square in it.
Yeah.
And they'd like fill it, and then they put your
Oh,
sauces
like
in
and
it.
then
that
they press
place
the
in
button and it
America?
whizzes it
And then
all
they
up.
whip it up. And I think I'd prefer that
Yeah.
I'd prefer that because I manually mix mine up.
Yeah, I
the
steer mine
machines-
until it's like liquid. If
The
I'm gonna have a
machines always
McFlurry.
broke, so they came out when I was 16. And I know this because I worked there, right? So they came out then, and I'd seen them in the States when we'd been to the States, and then they brought them out while I worked at the place. And yeah, you'd press it and hit the button, and it'd spin and whip it all up. But the machines always broke, so they got rid of them. And then obviously all the kick-off about plastic now, they've got them shit spoons that once you jab them in,
Yeah.
they just fold. But if you like the McFlurry, and there's no sauce, get an apple pie, smash it into it yourself. Oh, great
No.
game.
I don't like apple pie. I don't like cooked fruit. I like cooked pineapple. That's all I put.
I've seen people
Anything else?
what's it called, an affogato, where you put coffee in
Ooh,
it.
coffee and ice
So
cream.
you
Oh,
get
yeah,
an
yeah.
espresso. and
I'm
put
all
it-
for that.
Put it in a McFlurry.
Oh, in the milkshakes.
In the milkshake is
Ooh.
good.
Yeah,
that's good.
double espresso in a medium milkshake. Really mix it up. Incredible. And great for that late night drive because you've got all the sugar from the milkshake and then the caffeine.
Yeah,
So, yeah, really, it's been a game changer, but the calories are insane.
yeah.
I did that when I was studying for my final exams at uni. We went out, this was like 2:00 in the morning, we left the library, went to Mackey's, I got a milkshake, I got a double espresso, and then I got a normal espresso. I put the double espresso into my milkshake, just shotted the normal espresso, and then I drank my thing and then ate my meal. I felt disgusting. I was in that library, a disgusting
Bit like
time.
that. And that the
Yeah.
camera can see, a bit shaky.
It was something,
Oh,
but I passed.
I was bad the other day. It was a show you were at, and I'd done a coffee in the morning, 2 Monsters, and then I had a bit of Franco Fates pre-workout. I was shivering at the curtain. I think it's the most caffeine I've ever had in my life. And
As I said, you're lucky you didn't shit.
yeah, yeah.
Because that's a big thing for liquid ass.
I think this year, well, I've said from the start of the year that this year will be the year that I shit myself in the ring, and I've got what 3 months
Do you ever piss yourself in the ring?
constantly.
Thank you.
Constantly. I used
Really? You've been doing this?
I have never
Yeah.
pissed or shit myself.
Not even
Not-
like a little
not
dribble?
like
I've pissed on myself by mistake, but not in wrestling.
not like a whole piss.
Yeah,
but
it's just like a little dribble comes out.
I used to get it. This is I didn't want share lots, but this is lots. I used to, when I was a kid, if I'd go to like Alton Towers or somewhere before I'd go on a ride, I'd wee a little bit, and I think it was from being nervous or scared. And then when I first started wrestling, I'd do it, and now I've stopped doing it. But I've definitely had bits in matches where people have caught me, and
Yeah.
I've had a little wee.
I can honestly say
I
it's
take-
I've never had a little wee.
I
No.
can't, like, doing Code Reds, sometimes on Sunset Flips, it depends who's taking it.
Do you think it's the speed of the flip?
Canadians, like Destroyers.
What if you do it
Little
this
piss.
way?
I think it's the bump when I'm giving them,
Yeah.
just when they bump and it's like proper close to your bladder. Camera can't see me there, but proper close to your bladder, it just like, oh.
I've been hit
Little
several
bit comes
times so
out.
hard, like in certain moves where it's just go, and you let rip.
Yeah. I've had that once.
Oh, I farted in all matches. Multiple times.
I've had a check. You hit the karate chop check and hope that it comes out. All the way
I've
on
had
the
it before
inside.
where the ref's gone, fuck me. I was like, yeah, that's me. Go to the other side, it fucking stinks. Like, yeah. But never pissed or shit. I know a lot of people do and have, but yeah.
I was in a match with Benjamin Harland and someone I'm not going to name. But we were in a match and the other person, I think I hit something on Ben and then this other person hit something on me and I went, oh my God, because and I got pinned and they went, what's up? And I went, a little bit's come out, but I've stopped myself from pissing my entire bladder out. Are we wrapping it up soon, guys? But yeah, there was nearly a bad accident there.
It's common. I've heard a lot of stories, but yeah, I've never been. I get stage fright to go for a shit in public places, so like I don't think it could happen.
Yeah, you think your body wouldn't allow it?
Yeah. I think it just grips onto it. I mean, there's been times where it's half hanging out in a public place. I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I'm a big boy. Someone comes in, goes, more effort to go up than go down. But
I was like that at your house though for ages. I couldn't poo at your house,
I'm not fussed me. I'll go
and then
there.
I pooed at your house and blocked the toilet twice.
Famously.
Famously, so I called you during one of them. And I was like, I've blocked his toilet. I don't know what to do. And everyone's out, but people are going to be home in an hour.
do what the girl on TikTok did and put it in a bag and throw it out, and then it lands in the gutter and blocks the gutter.
Oh, I saw it.
But yeah, what time? I hope your sister don't watch this.
I'm sure she will. Which she always gives me sticks. I never mention her on podcasts. So I'll mention you're gonna have to draw her. You're
gonna have to send me a picture now.
Yeah. Well, at least I've mentioned.
Stunning.
So.
His sister's
She's
stunning.
She's the best. She's an absolute angel.
His sister.
An angel.
So cheat days. Do you have a specific cheat day, or is it just kind of as and when?
No, not really.
I think our thing is, like, we're very much the same, and like we eat fairly well, don't we? Like, general rule of thumb, we eat fairly well, and then we get bored one day. We're like, let's have a couple of days of just eating,
just chilling
nothing.
and eating what you want.
Yeah. It would.
But like
because we have kind of set meals, and obviously because Kai's vegetarian, it's easier to just make stuff. So if I like make us both a curry or chicken wraps with like corn chicken, but then like
we have tender stem with a lot of food at the minute.
Yeah.
I went through a stage of that.
Kaya does the best tender stem, broccoli and oil.
If I've got one thing I can do.
But it's a pricey bit of kit. It's tender stem broccoli. Way more expensive than regular broccoli for just being a bit longer.
That Aldi that's opening.
It is, famously.
They have big bags of tender stem for quite cheap in comparison to like other shops.
It's not about the price of it. I just think I wish regular broccoli could get a good look in. I just feel like it.
Yeah, but I don't.
It's way more expensive, and they all the same.
Yeah, but regular broccoli, because it's the thicker stem, it tends to be wetter, if that's the best way to describe it. So,
for a bit of broccoli.
Yeah, and then.
Do you remember them broccoli crisps that I used to get?
Oh, they were
so good, right? So good.
Do they still have them?
No, people weren't buying them, so I just got given boxes of them.
So
like literally for the whole summer, we were just smashing through boxes of spicy, dried out broccoli crisps.
That sounds alright.
Incredible.
I genuinely will have to search if they're still a thing.
Oh, there's people turning up for training. They're 10 minutes early, so we can carry on. So you say you're not big on movies, but what is your favourite movie?
Do you know what? It might be. It changes a lot. I was really keen on when I was a kid, I loved Hellboy, and Hellboy was my thing.
Yeah.
But now I think, and you mentioned it earlier, I think it's the Truman Show. I just think it's such a smart film.
Yeah.
Well, I always think this was like my thing with everything, and it being like, oh, what if it's all a simulation like the Matrix? I don't care. If I get to do wrestling every now and again, I'm happy.
And you've been set up to do it, cool.
Yeah, I'm happy for it to be a simulation. If this is a Truman Show, grand. But I can't imagine it's worth watching like his was, when all I do is mope about most hours of a day. I wrestle. That decides whether I'm happy or sad for the rest of the week. And then
biggest drama of the week is the knee pad not meeting the kick pad.
Yeah, exactly. And if that's my biggest issue, this isn't good TV for anyone.
Yeah. Or when you go to a show and you message me, have you got my baby face grease?
Oh, my baby face grease. Well, that's a new hobby. Oh, I can't believe I left that bottle of baby face grease. Brand new.
I don't think you left. I swear you picked it up.
I think it's rolled under the sofa at the venue. My Vaseline cocoa butter mist. I'm raging about it. It was a brand new bottle. I've got like half a bottle at home, but I was like, oh, I'll get a new one for the weekend, and then just
gone.
On the first time I've used it, left it.
I'll buy you some when we get back.
It's not about that. I don't know what it is. I think it's like an ADHD thing, but I hate losing things.
Oh yeah.
I
get angry.
I lost my old entrance jacket, and I love that parka. It was a Weekend Offender.
What about your arm?
Yeah, I've lost arm sleeves, and whenever I do it, I get so annoyed at myself that I'd lose something, and I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it's...
You feel you calling yourself fucking knobhead all day, yeah?
Nothing upsets me more than losing something, like, or misplacing stuff. I just get proper wound up at myself. But yeah, when I couldn't find that parka, and it'd been like... And I get so, like, attached to things, because, I had that, like, I've kept all my gear, I've never sold any of my gear or anything. I'm like, I did this match in this, and this match in this, and, like, I'm proper soft about that kind of stuff.
So there's a pink suitcase behind you. And in there is nearly all of the gear I've ever had. Nearly. Yeah. I just can't.
So I think it's so personal. Like I've got so many. I attach such memories to it that I couldn't, like, unless it's a very good price.
Yeah, like I would possibly, if there was enough money raised, I'd possibly donate some, like, at Body Slams to Cancer. Yeah. If someone wanted to buy an old set of gear. Yeah. But other than that, that's all there.
I think about selling mine sometimes, and I'm like, one, for 2 of these sets I was underage.
Yeah.
So maybe
bit weird.
Yeah, you'll get a lot more offers than us to buy you.
Yeah, but then like at the same time, like, well, I debuted in this set, and like this set I actually started having watchable matches in, like this one I won this in, and this one I did this in. I'm like, but you know my first set of my black and pink one, the first lot of black and pink 2-piece I got.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like reworking that because like the top falls down quite a bit, which isn't that good for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was thinking of like reworking that, make it sound again, you know, like, because turn the, because they're like tights at the minute, turn them into shorts because I've figured out I prefer wrestling in shorts now.
Don't
like,
blame
it's
me.
just easier
Aircon
to move.
for the legs, innit?
Yeah, because I get dead sweaty behind my knees, don't I? It's disgusting.
Whenever I wrestled I wrestled as Benjamin Harlan once in his tights, and I've wore the Quinlan's gear that are just slightly longer shorts. It's just, she gets so warm.
I just want to say, you know, she took the piss out of us for like conversations going everywhere. It's supposed to be favourite movie, and she's talking about a wrestling game.
Because he was talking about losing his.
Don't matter, you joined in.
I can join in.
Let's go back to your favourite movie. Just because I'm conscious of time now, people are opening the door.
Interrupted.
I think so.
Girl Interrupted. Never seen it.
Incredible.
Nothing happens. It's 2 hours of nothing happening. And maybe I need to watch it again with like fresh eyes. Maybe I was tired or something.
It's one of my favourite films ever.
And maybe it is good, but I'm certain nothing happens.
Your sensei said it's a great film.
Maybe, but I'm sure it's 2 hours of nothing.
It's a great film. It's such
However, people will watch this and I'll be like, I'm sure I didn't say anything. I got too comfy on a sofa and said something about the Truman Show. But I don't think I've said anything of value for this whole thing.
I'll try and watch it, and I'll give you my feedback. I'll find some time. Now the camp's finished, I'll find some time.
I've got dead leg.
Favourite type of music?
I'm very much into like Britpop, old
People's
stuff.
wrestling themes.
Rey
Mysterio.
Well, to be fair, I do a lot of people's themes. If it's someone I like, or like, especially a lot of the British lads, like the Quinlans, got a superb theme. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's a great theme. But I'll get a lot from like other wrestlers. But like, if I was just generic stuff, is either Britpop or like musical stuff. So it's quite varied.
My music's all over the place, you know.
I know.
my music is basically what I grew up listening to with you and my mum having goth music mixed in with random like radio stuff like Chapel Road, and there's some Sabby C on there thanks to you.
Love Sabby C. Sabby C pre-match.
But yeah, it's just whatever you were listening to and my mum were listening to when I was like 7.
It's funny, isn't it, how music, just to keep on the subject for a little bit, you listen to stuff that holds memories. So, like, for me, I still, even though I had my own musical taste, I still listen to a lot of music that my dad would listen to.
Yeah.
And there's certain songs that come on that remind me of my mum. And not that I remember her listening to them, but she used to edit videos. And in the videos, because she got all this editing kit, she'd edit the video and there'd always be like Michael Jackson or Tina Turner playing on the background. And normally, like, it's not the sort of music I'd listen to, so I'd press skip. But it sparks that memory, and I'm like, I'll keep that on.
Yeah, and you're not even like really listening to the song. It's just a nice reminder or something.
Yeah, and you can't even pinpoint it, but it's there, so you listen.
I find a lot of that with like I've got stuff for me, like parents, but you find it like, I'll remember certain drives that we've had.
Yeah.
So you spend so much time like up and down going places, and like, especially big Luca Romo, me and him, we got so many songs that like, if I hear it, I'll think of him. And
I'm like that with that one playlist that you and Luca Romo went through a
Lucas
massive
Ramos.
like phase. What was it?
The Force playlist.
No, it was a playlist that you found on Spotify that was filled of nothing songs. It had like the Wii music in it. What's that thing?
And we just annoy people when they got in the car with us, because we'd just be playing shy and we'd see how long it'd take people to
It'd
go,
be like
what are you
the
listening
background
to?
music of random games.
Yeah.
Kahoot music, that's the
Kahoot
one I was looking
music.
for.
Must be similar to the 1 or 2 road trips that you took with your Uncle Vaughan.
Oh my god, Uncle Vaughan's music. Something else.
Yeah, that's a story for another day though, because that's
It'd be like
horrendous.
the Pokemon theme song, but it'd be like a cover of it.
50 different covers.
Tried to be like dead edgy. Oh my days.
So I think we've covered some funny stories already, but is there one specific funny story we can cover quite quickly that you've got that you're happy to tell?
You might have to cut this out. Can we talk about the J After story?
Okay, we'll cut that.
That is funny though.
I don't know, all of mine are so long-winded.
Yeah.
I think like covering little things is there's stuff there, but like if there's just I try and get it just so it's one that's straight off the top of your head more than anything. So if there's not one that jumps out, don't feel you have to force one.
There's so many. Just all of mine are just like dead long, and like I feel like a lot of them. You know, because it's like
You
so
have to be
late,
there.
you need to be there.
Yeah.
You need all
It's
the
that
background.
like delusional.
Like because I
fucking-
was like, oh, the police story is very funny, but that's a 15-minute story.
So long, and then there's like other context that you can add to it to
Yeah.
make it even more funny.
Yeah. I mean, if I get the link to the video that's on YouTube, I can always link it in, and people can just watch it for what it is.
Oh, for the police story.
Yeah. And obviously there's lots of questions to be answered from that. So being a coach at New Wave, at the age you are, which is amazing, and I would say really well deserved.
Oh, thank you.
If you had one bit of advice you could give to someone who's never been to wrestling before, or might be nervous to go to wrestling school, academy, or gym, or however you want to word it, what would your one bit of advice be?
Oh, I think it might seem like I don't think it is a cop out, but you just go. Like I think we're so lucky in this country now to have such amazing places, and I think that first session and I because I lived it and I was the most anxious 14-year-old little lad trying to walk into a wrestling school ever, and to do that first session, I could have gone to a wrestling school probably 2 months before I went. That first session is the most petrifying because you hear all these horror stories, and if I don't know if anyone would, but you can feel free to like reach out to people. I know Lando has advised a lot of people, but like you can reach out to people and get steered in the right direction, but like the fear is completely normal of being scared about going somewhere, and I was so nervous, and I was like, and even now I get panicky on a Tuesday at the advanced at New Wave, and I'm in the queue to do rolls. Well, the day after I get to teach people rolls, which is really cool that I was considered to do that job, and that's great. But I have to get in the night before with all these people who I respect and I train with on a weekly basis, and I'm nervous about rolling, and I get super anxious. And yeah, I think that first session is the scariest. But you're only new once.
Yeah.
You only have your first session once, and then it's your second, then it's your third, and before you know it, you've got in-jokes with everyone, and you're ripping the piss with everyone, and you're having a laugh, and then you're a part of the furniture, and then it's someone else's first session, and everyone has had that. So when you come in for your first session, everyone else remembers, oh my God, you've done the scary thing. And yeah. I assure you, most places in this country now are so much... I never really experienced anywhere not being super friendly, but everywhere I've been now is so friendly. You will walk in, there will be people who have been... Everyone has been in the same place.
Yeah.
And they'll go out the way for you.
Even like switching schools, you get like this massive like, oh my God, what if the people there that don't like me?
Yeah.
What
it's
if
it's a constant worry. It's the first day of school, isn't it?
I had this full like paranoid thing, being like I think it was when I first moved to uni. I was like, oh my God, what if I've been taught everything wrong?
Yeah.
And I'm going to get there and everything I've learned.
What if it's someone my dad's pissed off?
Yeah. Like, what if everything I've learned is completely wrong, and I'm going to get there and they could be like, well, you're rubbish, aren't you?
But even if it is, as someone
Yeah.
who had just not on anyone's fault, just picked up the job completely incorrectly, but then I was fortunate enough.
That was very politically correct.
Very politically
was.
correct. But then to be very fortunate enough to get under Flash and be taught, in my opinion, the correct way and a safe way of doing things, and it changed my life. But I was fortunate enough to maybe not have a complete, not that I have a complete grasp now on the wrestling, but to have absolutely no clue and be going out and nearly getting hurt every weekend, to finally have the right person take me under their wing and show me stuff the right way, and then that's another. It might be another hurdle that you have to come off, and you have to basically do day one again
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of years in, but
you've experienced a day one, so it can't be any harder.
Yeah,
than that.
it can't be worse than the first one. So yeah, any like, if you are considering wrestling, you gotta do it. Find that it's the cliche answer of find a reputable school and but there's a reason it's a cliche. But that's the easy bit. Finding a reputable school. It's going is the hard bit. Opening the door is the hard bit. But I assure you, once you're in, whether it's New Wave, there's countless of great schools around the country. Here, PBW, wherever, right? If you walk through the door, you'll be grand.
Oh, I think you're within 2 hours of somewhere.
Wherever you
There's
are.
nobody that isn't like a train or two away from a school, and that's like a push, I reckon.
And it's so wrestling is as achievable as it's ever been. It couldn't be more achievable right now. Like, this isn't the 70s where people are trying to hide the job from people. Break you into it and make sure you want it before you get it. It's such an achievable.
Yeah.
I am 23. There is no size on me. I've just been very fortunate to just be able to do the wrestling.
What about yourself? Same thing, or?
Yeah, I think building on that, really, you're gonna look silly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I look silly so much.
But the context of it, we're wearing lycra and oil and tan and play fighting.
Babyface grease.
Okay, it's a little more than play fighting. But if you want to dumb it down to its bare bones, you play fighting. It's more dangerous than play fighting, but bare bones, it's silly.
Play fighting with your mates and you're greasing yourselves up. I used to have this big thing of well, I'm gonna look like a right dickhead, having a training match and going, yeah, come on, because we're in training, do you know what I mean? But everyone else is doing it. We all look like knobheads and nobody else is laughing.
Yeah, you all look like idiots together.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be a team of idiots.
Yeah. If you're dead worried about looking like an idiot, everyone else is going to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
And not to belittle anyone in wrestling, but there's a lot of people in wrestling who are idiots outside of wrestling as well. Not me.
FFW Pro Wrestling and Fitness Centre is the training school for Fight Factory Wrestling UK, based just off Doddington Road near the Birchwood in Lincoln. We offer wrestling training for both adults and children ages 8 years and upwards. We also offer personal training in one-to-one and group sessions, run by a husband and wife team consisting of a level 3 personal trainer and wrestling coach and registered nurse. FFW has been helping people on their fitness journey and producing professional wrestlers since 2013. We focus on your holistic well-being and care with bespoke classes and personal training sessions to suit all. More details of this can be found on our website, fightfactorywrestling.com, or you can send us an email at linkswrestling@gmail.com to get more details.
Back from the quick advert, I'm probably sat in the wrong position.
So back to my advice, Sable.
Hall of Fame, it can be someone from wrestling, it can be someone from your personal life, it can be a movie star, but anybody you would put as your first place in a Hall of Fame, and any moment from your life that you'd put in your Hall of Fame.
Oh, well, there it is. I never put my sister over enough on these. On a dead big level, Soph should be in a Hall of Fame. And literally, I would, for everything I just said about wrestling, none of it would happen if Soph didn't completely alter her life, so I could get to go out and genuinely live a dream. My sister is such an angel and facilitated a really cool life for me. Not to kill the mood of a podcast, but my mum passed away and she just took over, and she's just been the best person in the world. And she moans that I never put her over on podcasts, so I really hope she'll watch it and she'll cry. Well, she will watch it, but if I can get a cry, then I win.
This is what she was saying the other day about you always having to win everything.
Yeah, it's 0 or nothing. Either you don't get mentioned on a podcast, or Or I kill the mood. Pick a lane.
Is there a moment you'd put in as well, or?
She's just constantly the best. Like.
Oh, it can be any moment. It doesn't have to be specifically with your sister.
Oh, like a different moment for maybe Hall of Fame, and it's dead little, but like, and it's a wrestling moment that I always think of. It was a bit at Atomic ages ago, and I just always think, and Jamie might be one of my favourite moments of my life, where I was biting Rob Drake's fingers, and it's like it's theatre in the round, so it's 3 sides. I've got Rob Drake's fingers in my mouth, and it's like the most ridiculous wrestling ever. But how it worked, people started seeing it individually, and it went more and more, and it worked like this. And as each person clicked into, because he was beating me up and we were losing the fight, and then as each person clicked into the bite, because it's very rare you get to watch the reaction, because usually you're doing something for the reaction. But I was just biting his finger and watching people individually come up and just being able to see it, because I was facing straight out to him, was magic. I think that's like a Hall of Fame moment of my life. It was just unreal.
And your turn.
Hall of Fame. I don't know. You know, there's like a lot of people I'd like throw in there. You know what I mean? Oh God, mood's killed.
Would you put KD in the Hall of Fame?
I wouldn't put KD in the Hall of Fame at all. Actually, I'd put KD in what the opposite of the Hall of Fame is.
Is there a KD appearance in this podcast?
I haven't even got a little remote to turn the camera around to show that he's actually just turned up.
That'll do.
Won't hear from here.
No. I don't know. There's quite a few people in. I'd probably someone different. I'd probably throw in. I'd probably throw Sulaf in there. I don't know who Sulaf is. She was my project supervisor, but like all they had to do was like, you know, tell you how to pass. Do you know what I mean? But like, I'd spend every day. How long was I?
Yeah, you and Sulaf,
with her?
best mates.
I spent like every day with her.
She, from what you told me, she went the extra mile to.
Yeah,
massive.
She did everything. She so much for me, and then like constantly asking about my personal life and keeping me up. And like, I was sat there and I was like crying to her one time. I was like, I feel like everything's getting to me, and she's like, "Oh, you're passing, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm passing." She's like, "Well, what are you worried about then?" I was like, "I don't know." Actually, you've actually made sense. Actually, I'm not actually failing. But yeah, she was honestly amazing over the past year. And then like, she's like, "Oh, you keep in touch with me. You keep in touch with me," and I just love her. She's one of them women that I'm like, God, I love women.
And a moment?
I don't know. Probably it's wrestling related. I'm sorry. Probably being with Zach and Roy at one of the camp shows and doing stupid shit. Because like, I'd also put was it that show that we did in the middle of town with the ring up, and it was like Rob was there and Bob 10 there showed me how to do what was it? We're going through like head scissors and ranas and stuff with me in the middle of town. And like,
oh, didn't you do some satellite stuff with you, if I remember right? Yeah,
did all sorts. And like, both of those times, nobody had to, because like, even in town with Robbie, I was still a kid. I weren't doing out. I couldn't even bump properly. I couldn't walk properly, never mind all this. But like, yeah, just that little bit crazy. Yeah, I feel like that really set in my head. Them 2 bits really set in my head. Like, yeah, I could probably do a bit.
That's really cool.
Probably not much, but.
I'm going to skip out Blackball because I don't want to end on a low. I'm going to put your social medias in the description. But one question we always get asked to ask the guests is, what would you name your big toes?
My big toes?
Yep.
Can I name is it the same or different?
2 toes, 2 different names.
2 different names.
Obviously, God.
Oh. I would go Jeff and Matt. And Jeff would be my left toe, my left big toe. He's more of the flashy kind of show off toe. But I think Matt is a bit of a work rate toe, who can keep reinventing himself. You can't do a tag team either now because the tag teams are tapping. You've got to think of completely separate names.
I can't believe you sometimes.
Sable.
This sounds like Sable. Sable would be one of my toes.
Of course it would.
Yep. I think there should be a picture of Sable. Sable. And my other one would be Miss Elizabeth.
Okay,
in case the people back there don't know what she looks like, here's a drawing.
on that, we're going to end it. I'm not going to plug King of the Cage or Body Slams to cancel. I'll just stick a poster in here. And I'm going to end it because Jack Club's turned up and you owe him a receipt for punching you in the nose rather than poking you in the eyes. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. Oh, there's one fan question.
Would you rather
your mum
was Bonnie Blue or your daughter?
Brilliant.